Hey, what's up? Today I'm walking around on this a little bit chilly winter day. It's only about 50 degrees right now, but doing my thing where I kind of walk around and I'm checking up on how the turtles are doing. You know, a lot of them are under for the winter. Some of them kind of come up, some of them kind of go down. But for right now, the thing I'm trying to do is just look around and see, is anybody active? Is anybody poking their head out? And then anybody that's under, are they secure? And just checking up. So let's see how everybody's doing. This is a Gulf Coast box turtle enclosure. And I am just checking to see, first off, do I see any out? If I don't see them out, that means that they're, you know, buried under. They like to go under this yucca plant. So I'm gonna see if I see anybody there. There's this little pond area. I don't see them in there. Okay, so we're gonna check around here. Don't see them back here. If you don't see them, that's usually a good thing, because that means that they are pretty well covered and pretty well buried down. So the fact that I can't see either of these Gulf Coast box turtles tells me that they are pretty well covered, which is exactly what I want. So yeah, it's breezy, it's cold, even though it is sunny and might look warm, it's not really that warm. It's pretty brutal, to be honest, when it gets, you know, into the 40s and windy. I mean, it feels like it might as well be freezing, at least to me. I don't know, I'm kind of soft on that stuff. The Russians, which these guys, I mean, these guys typically have already made holes and tunnels into the ground. Nobody's under the tin because the tin gets too cold. Take a quick peek into their little house here. Yeah, if they're in there, you're not gonna see them, so that's good. One of the things you don't want to see is one of these guys in this weather just sitting out, especially if it's in the sun. That's less bad. They can be basking to bring up their body temperature, but if it's really cold and it's windy and wet and they're just sitting out, that's a bad thing, and you might want to bring them in or get them under some kind of cover. So same thing again in this enclosure. We're looking for Gulf Coast box turtles. Last time I checked, there was one in here. Looks like he moved out because that probably got a little bit drafty in there. Got a nice big pile of leaves here, and I know that there's some Gulf Coast box turtles under that one. Empty alligator snapper pond, so I do believe there's a Gulf Coast box turtle buried in there somewhere, but I haven't seen it. You know, here you go, typical. You know, this cooter is doing exactly what cooters like to do on a, you know, warm day. They're gonna take advantage and they're gonna come out and bask. And she is just doing exactly that. Came out, bask. So it's about 52 degrees right now, but you know, on that rock in the sun with that dark shell, you know, that turtle's probably closer to being in the 60s or maybe even the 70s surface temperature. Clearly enjoying it. Could care less that I'm sitting here talking. There's another one swimming around right there. So yeah, the cooters are really good at taking advantage of warm days and thermoregulating pretty much every time they get the chance. They're not actually really gonna eat anything or do much more than bask, but they do a really good job of taking advantage of days like today. So over here in the tubs, in the shade, everything's pretty quiet. You're not really gonna see, you know, over here you're not really gonna see a lot happening. It's cool. There are turtles in here. There's spotted turtle and the southern painteds, and this actually has like a soft bottom, has this duckweed, and you can see underneath the duckweed the water is actually pretty clear. And the turtles actually do well in here. But yeah, so they're able to kind of go down, and then on warm days you'll see them kind of come up and bask on this snag and stuff in the sun. So pretty good deal, pretty good setup for these guys. Over here, this is a Waterland tub. Same deal, this one has some stink pots in it, and they're down at the bottom. Again, more of this, you know, duckweed. Keeps the water clean. Turtles are down at the bottom of that. Got some coverage because of the raccoon situation that happened. Over here, this is a 50-gallon stock tank. This has some leaves and stuff in it, but again, Salvinia, And there's not really anything in here other than some amphibian larvae, some fish, and that's kind of it. Same with this one. This one's still, by some miracle, has some water hyacinth still growing in it. And I got 2 more grow out tubs over here. So this is all grow out tubs for plants, snails, all that kind of stuff. And everything's still going pretty good. So a lot of my turtles, like my native aquatic turtles, especially the larger ones like the alligator snapping turtles, the common snapping turtles, the soft shells, they're all buried in right now. They're using all of that leaf litter that I allow to build up on the bottom of the ponds and stock tanks and tubs. You know, they're using that, they're buried in. It kind of keeps them cozy, keeps them a little bit warmer, at a little bit higher of a thermal gradient than just a bare bottom, and they just stay inactive. Even if they get like kind of a warm day, they might move a little bit, but for the most part, they go find, you know, a spot underneath a log or just a big pile of, you know, the leaves, and they just sit and they stay and they come up for air maybe once or twice a day, but for the most part, they're completely inactive, and they're gonna stay that way until about April. And it's really cool because it's what they naturally do in the wild. And, you know, they're doing it here in my backyard, which is, I don't know, that's pretty cool to me. You can see the Aquascape pond has a lot of algae in it. Seasonally, this will happen. This happens when all those leaves and stuff start to break down and put a lot of nutrients in the water. And we've got all kinds of leaves. We've got, you know, leaves from trees, some leaves from some of the bald cypress. And it just creates this kind of hair algae, which, you know, for a lot of people, they think this is unattractive, but it's a natural part of the cycle. This happens in the winter, kind of goes away by spring, and you know, the turtles, when they emerge in the spring, the cooters will actually eat all of this. And it actually works as a natural filter. I mean, if you think about water passing through there, I mean, you can see all the things that get caught in this hair algae. It actually works like a filter, so it keeps the water crystal clear. But I do every now and then just pull some out and toss it. So this is down at the bottom. Same thing again. You got the hair algae. You've got all kinds of leaf litter and stuff piled up down here. I leave it for now. The turtles and fish and everything can kind of use this as a little bit of insulation against the cold. And I just think it looks really cool and natural. I think some underwater footage in here would look amazing. So we'll probably close this video on some underwater footage here in the Aquascape pond. Really love this system. Aquascape makes the best ponds there is, and it's just been awesome to have this thing. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hope you guys are having a good winter. So I'll catch you guys later. Keep turtles warm if they're inside, and keep them safe if they're outside. Catch you guys later. Peace.